Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Beard. Now, if you're wondering, how come I can suddenly see Jake's completely real and authentic beard? It's because I watched a Twitch thing and there were girls that had assets. And I thought, why not? I have assets also. So here, authentically. So you clicked on this video thing title because I put floaters in it. And what you're getting instead is what you're always getting, which is this. A bunch of unscripted rambling. Welcome. Because it's free, so whatever. Anyway, okay. That's enough of that. Unscripted rambling. So, okay. You do not get floaters from doing Endmyopia, right? The people click on it. The problem is that there's a pretty huge audience at this point, which don't ask me why. Maybe it's this beard. I'm growing this, by the way, right now. This is growing. And a small minority of people are either experiencing floaters or being aware of floaters. And those people are asking, what do I do about floaters? And people ask that in general also because they think that because I know about eyeball stuff, I would know about floaters. And I don't. But the one little tiny piece of quasi advice I would offer is don't overdo it. Right? Like I've noticed floaters at various points that I never noticed before when I went extreme, like at an extreme amount of close-up because some day job stuff. And then I try to compensate with lots of outdoor time, and the outdoor time becomes strenuous. My ciliary is locked. There is discussion that there are muscles that also help flatten the lens in your eye that are then having to work hard for distance vision. So now all of a sudden, is my face orange again? So now all of a sudden you're actually straining to get distance vision, potentially. This is all highly debatable stuff. I've noticed, and people have noticed, for example, that have gone on vacation from having a really regular schedule, really regular habits, a real regular amount of close-up time and distance time to suddenly having a lot more distance time and actually having worse vision, feeling strained. Theory going, some muscles that also control flattening the lens for distance vision when necessary are now being strained. Could be other stuff. Short version of the long story is don't suddenly go from whatever you're doing so far to making massive changes because you started reading Endmyopia. If you make small changes, you should not feel strain. You should not see floaters. You should not get headaches, eyeballs. There should be no symptoms of any kind. That's the ideal scenario. If you're feeling symptoms, go take a little tiny step back towards what you were doing before, right? Like that certain amount of close-up time may be relaxing because it is what your eyes are used to. We don't know. Right? Like this is tens of thousands of people, as I always say, have done a lot to improve their eyesight. We're learning along the way, right? Like because there's no money in this, because this is free. There's no incentive for actual qualified professionals to do studies and figure stuff out. So we're playing with things here, basically. But don't overdo it. Like you discovered the gym, right? And now you go to the gym 3 times a day and lift the heaviest weights you possibly can. And then you tear a muscle and then you're like, wow, going to the gym sucks. It's sort of like that. You should have no symptoms. You should gradually introduce changes in lifestyle, changes in lens use. I have a 7-day email guide. It's 7 days long because I want you to slowly poke at things, not overdo it. And don't be mad at me for any reason because you're not paying me for this. I'm sharing the collected experiences of lots of people and things that appear to be working. I hope to have a longer version of this, talking more about habits and habit change degrees available either for and also for people that are active in our community forum, community.endmyopia.org. The forum has ways to check how active you are. Like if you post enough, if you're in there enough, that we know that basically you're actively participating. You'll have access to some of those videos, I think. Don't quote me on this, but yeah. And anybody who's supported Endmyopia but paying for it, you're not paying me. You're paying for me to pay the Endmyopia bills. So if you bought the rough guide with the optional videos that I still add to, so you buy it one time, you still get more videos, or you bought Back to 2020, the big program with 80 some odd sessions and my support also included. I update all of that stuff. So you buy it once, you get updates. Again, this doesn't go in my pocket. It goes to paying all the freaking bills. Or free, right? Like as long as you're active in the community, because there's lots of people that just click and watch and go, thanks, Jake. Thanks for your free talk. Anyway, floaters should not happen. Go see an ophthalmologist, right? Like get regular eye checkups. There's plenty of other reasons to have floaters. I'm not a doctor. Right? Like if I had floaters suddenly, I would go see an ophthalmologist, not an optometrist, an actual medical doctor to check that stuff out. Tell me what other reasons there could be for that to happen, not just the internet, and then sort it out based on their advice mainly. But if you didn't have or didn't notice floaters before Endmyopia and you do now, and you notice yourself having made dramatic changes, undramatic yourself. And if you just started and you're watching this anyway, don't start with dramatic changes. There you go. That's it for this glorious video. I don't know how to turn off the things on the video and stuff, so it is what it is. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave comments. Subscribe if you like. See you in the next one.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow.